It's Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Hey guys, and welcome back. We have 5-starred every single park. We have done exercise mode. We have done the main campaign. But now it is time to go back to familiar territory with mission mode, starting with a picture is worth 100 points. A recent documentary has accused Jurassic Park of being a fraud. Help us prove them wrong. So I did this a couple of years ago in celebration of the release of Jurassic World Evolution, so I thought we could do it again. We're doing all the rest of the game, so we may as well do this again. Only this time post-commentary, so everything goes by much more smoothly. Because I did have a bit of a problem a couple of times with the previous run-through of this, mainly in the fact that one of the missions decided it didn't actually want to work anymore.
These news stories are damaging our reputation. We can't let the public lose confidence in our park. I really need your help with this.
A recent news story has accused Jurassic Park of exhibiting fake dinosaurs. InGen needs a set of photos of dinosaurs for their media department. The photos must be of the highest quality, showing real dinosaurs in our park environment. Can you help us? I read that really badly. You have 10 shots in your camera and wish to achieve a total of 100 points by capturing high quality photos of dinosaurs in the park. See, I was taking photos and the objectives in the last mission just weren't loading, and then of course we do have some other very annoying missions. This, however, has to be the best I've ever done in this mission. I don't know why the Stegosaurus is dead. I guess the Allosaurus killed it and then didn't do anything. It usually takes me quite a few shots here, but I got 74 out of that. I have never been able to do it in this few... 3 photos out of 10. I've never done it this well. I did get a bit of a close call here, though. drive. You basically get 3 lives, as the car in the corner indicates. You get 3 lives, you get 10 shots. Thankfully, I managed to do this as 3. And if you ever kill a dinosaur, in this case the only dinosaur you can run over is Dilophosaurus, then you lose 25 points for each Dilophosaurus, or each small dinosaur.
Beautiful work. Those photos will prove beyond doubt that we have living, breathing dinosaurs.
I want to know what fake dinosaurs are. What's a fake dinosaur? I mean, you could easily just think, oh yeah, it's a photo of an animatronic dinosaur. Maybe getting a video would be the better option. And then you can view your photos. Weirdly, you can delete your photos. Kind of ruins everything. But yeah, weirdly, you can delete the photos. And there we go, that was mission 1. Next up, when carnivores attack. Our carnivores have gone crazy, and now we can't open the park. Please help us. And I never got what that little image on the Parasaurolophus is. Is it supposed to be an injury? I was never sure. So we get the Spinosaurus introduction music and you can't hear what he's saying.
I was afraid something like this would happen. We simply have no choice now. They must all be destroyed.
Just before this park was due to open, the carnivores went berserk. We must retire all of the carnivores before InGen closes us down. Of course, by that point, there's barely a park to exhibit. Most of the dinosaurs are dead and defenses are all broken. But other than that, yeah, sure. There's technically 2 time limits for this one. It's either before the actual timer runs out, or before all of the herbivores die. You are never at risk of that. To the best of my knowledge anyway, these Carcharodontosaurus are not really much of a problem. By the way, I think the developers really liked Carcharodontosaurus, because these guys are in nearly every mission. I think there's only like 2 that they're not in. 2 or... no, 3 missions. Not many missions. I think it's 4 actually. 4 out of 10. Okay, that's just over half, but whatever. Carcharodontosaurus are fine. It's trying to shoot the velociraptors that's annoying. Because every single one of these games has to have something where you just shoot the dinosaurs. Except Evolution. Evolution, you can't do this. He's sliding! This Carcharodontosaurus has the power of ice physics. And then I killed it before I could discover its secrets. My first time going through these missions, this one actually gave me quite a hard time. And it's all because of shooting the raptors. I kept running out of time. Because in these missions, or some of them anyway, you actually do have a bullet limit. I don't know why you suddenly have a bullet. You have a limit on bullets, but you have indefinite flight. Forget the double battery, you get infinite battery. It's the one we're trying to shoot raptors. Because again, the issue is when you zoom out, your shots are less powerful, and it's harder to see the smaller dinosaurs. Things like raptors, they'll go down in one shot regardless of what you do. The problem when you're zoomed in is you get a clearer view of the velociraptors, but your aiming is a bit more precise. And for some reason there's Gallimimus outside of the T-Rex exhibit. But yeah, if all the herbivores die, which will only really happen if you shoot them all. I think I knocked the table there, but that also ends the mission. Does that count as a Gallimimus being eaten or killed? By me. Anyway, that's it.
Good work. You've stopped those carnivores dead in their tracks and made the park safe again.
What park? There's nothing left of the park. It's like, what have I done? This park is not reopening unless we have like a huge amount of money, which is odd because the park isn't open yet. Time to get moving. Somehow our herbivores have escaped and we need them back in their enclosures. The muster is starting. Are you ready? No. No, I'm not ready. Why did I cut the loading times? Because I don't want this mission to start. I hate these missions. These Hadrosaurus with their popping. So these are the two worst missions. This is by far the better of the two. And it's still horrible. So, one thing that I never once utilised during the exercise mode or Operation Genesis itself is the utility function on the helicopter.
This is terrible. Those herbivores will starve if we don't get them back into their enclosures. Please hurry.
You must move at least 5 Hadrosaurus and 5 Parasaurolophus to the holding pen within the time period, where they can safely fall asleep. There are rogue Tyrannosaurs stalking the island. Use your rifle to retire these predators. You don't have to kill the T-Rex. It helps, but you don't have to. As it says there, as it will say when you go to the objective screen, it is optional. But it's helpful. So if you press the square button, you can go into utility mode. In standard gameplay, you can use the muster. You can also drop auto lures. They cost, though, to use. I don't know if you need to research the auto lure first or if that's just the ground auto lure that I've never once used. We can shut it off in Site B because we can use it in Site B. And you can use it to rescue guests that are in peril. So these T-Rex are... They say somehow the herbivores escaped from the enclosure. It's probably because there's a massive hole in the fence that we've now got to herd them back through. What about these guys? These guys don't even have an enclosure. The Hadrosaurus do take 2 hits for the T-Rex to kill. And if too many Hadrosaurus and Parasaurolophus die, it's also mission failed. And so ends the fun part and begins the horrible part. So I tried to herd the 2 species together. Eventually we get there. But here's the thing. These dinosaurs, they're idiots. They really are. Trying to herd these dinosaurs is a freaking nightmare because they frequently stop, they turn around, they don't know how to react to certain things. This is why I hate these missions, because they take forever. Because you're just pressing the button over and over again, hoping that the dinosaurs move. Look at this Parasaurolophus right here. How long did that take to move? The muster does have a bigger range than it looks like it does. I don't actually know how far it goes. But, you know, if a dinosaur isn't quite in the yellow bar, it tends to still react to it. But except for right now, you can see nothing is happening. Leave it too long and they also start to scatter when they're not just doing that themselves. And also, your best bet is just trying to herd them together. It takes a while to herd them all together. But it's really your best choice of action, because by the time you get the Parasaurolophus or the Hadrosaurus, whichever you do first, into the big pen, you don't really have time to go after the other dinosaurs. You have to do that for the second mission. But for this one, I recommend just doing it this way. It's just annoying that you've then got to herd even more dinosaurs, which are now splitting up again. I get most of them. I think I get all of the parasaurs, and then I leave, like, 1 or 2 others. I don't know. All I know is these missions are annoying and incredibly tedious. Because, look, they're not going anywhere. Move your asses. Come on, go. Go. Move somewhere. And they say, I mean, birds are intelligent, but you wouldn't know by looking at this. Maybe the same just does not apply to the ornithischian dinosaurs. Or skiing. Skiing, I don't know which one it is. I mean, Stegosaurus has a walnut brain. I don't know what size it is for the Hadrosaurs. Or was that not true? I can't remember if that was true now. Stegosaurus has a small brain for its body size, as is indicated by the fact that it has a tiny head. But even so, come on! If only we were trying to herd raptors. I'll bet they still react no differently, but I've never tried to herd a carnivore. I don't even know what would happen. In the T-Rex here on a rampage, would they react differently? I've never really tried. Because again, I never really use this feature. Because it sucks. And why would you ever need to do this while you're in an while you're in the regular gameplay? The dinosaurs are in an enclosure. We're very slowly getting there. This is super exciting. Every now and then it does help. You got the radar, it gives you a rough idea, but it does help to just go into shoot mode or a fly mode for a little bit. It just gives you a better idea of how close you are. And you also do start to get very tired of just constantly hearing the noises. Especially the Allosaurus. You can barely hear the parasaurs, but the Allosaurus, they never shut up. Because they're panicking. That's what they're doing. They're panicking. And they never shut up. Why can't we just get sheep? Why can't we just get a sheepdog to do this? So what if it's bigger than a sheep? Surely it doesn't matter just because one of these dinosaurs is maybe the size of about 20 sheep. I don't know how much a sheep weighs, but I know an Allosaurus is probably way up there. It's one of the biggest Hadrosaurs. So, close. Move! This mission is called Time to Get Moving, but you wouldn't know by looking at this. None of these guys want to go anywhere. This is the weird thing. When you get them into the enclosure, they all get sedated. We never see how they get sedated, but they all get sedated. We don't do it. And that just raises the question. Why can't we just sedate the herbivores out in the enclosure and then use the transport function to get them into the enclosure? Why can't we just do that? Turn around! Alright, you're lost, buddy. Come on, parasaurs. And there. Finally. Oh, apparently it wasn't enough. I recorded this a few days ago, I don't even remember what happened. Come on, get over there. Why are there lights around the fence? Where are you going now? Get back over there! See, just completely ignores the muster. Going in completely the wrong direction. This is why you do it all at once, because if something like this happens, with just the herd of one of the dinosaurs. Where are you two going? Is that doing it? Oh, yeah. I accidentally skipped the thing there because I was trying to go into shoot mode just to see. I can't remember why I was doing it. I think I just wanted to shoot one of them. I mean, why wouldn't you? They're annoying. I can't even remember what Sattler says. Dinosaurs and weather. InGen scientists want to conduct further research into the effects of weather on dinosaur behaviors, and they need your help. This is our next safari mission, and this is the only one we are not required to get a certain score. So there are 4 safari missions in total. You don't need any sort of score for this one. Instead, you're just driving around.
This is a fantastic research opportunity. Let's not waste it. Our science team are relying on those photos.
InGen scientists want to conduct research into the effects of weather on our dinosaurs. We've chosen an island which has unusual weather patterns. Please help our scientists by taking photos of dinosaurs' behavior. That grammar doesn't seem right. Your first objective is to take photos of dinosaur behavior during a heat wave. Check the objective screen for more information. Take a photo of a Gallimimus during a heat wave. Okay, so here's how this works. Firstly, this is actually one of 2 missions where it goes against the standard rule of only having 3 dig sites per mission. Most, I guess, because of the PS2 version's limitations, they thought they'd make it fair and just only have... I didn't shoot anything, but this still counts, by the way. All of these photos I do so well. Most missions only have 3 dig sites, I guess because of the PS2 version, even though Xbox and PC you can have 5. There are 2 missions that are exceptions. This is one of them. No, it isn't. No, what am I saying? Carcharodontosaurus is the only one that's like from its own separate... All the others are from Morrison Formation A or the Flaming Cliffs. Yeah, okay, there's one mission that's an exception. And I don't think I really got any Dryosaurus in that photo either, but I guess it counted because it was behind the tree? I don't know. No Gallimimus, no Dryosaurus. These are some great shots. And even though they're really far away, if you were to get like the Stegosaurus, even from that distance over near the Dryosaurus, if they get into the photo, it does count towards both of them and it will go straight to Ceratosaurus. It's a bit weird with that. We just need one of the Ceratosaurus, which is honestly one of... It's not a very good photo, but it's one of the better ones I get here. Our weather sensors indicate a storm is approaching. Don't waste this opportunity. It reminds you that storms are what cause problems in the first place. Both to Nublar and Sauna. Your second objective is to take photos of dinosaur behavior during a rainstorm. Check the objective screen for more information. I think you do have infinite battery for the Land Cruiser here as well. Even though this thing is up there, I think it is infinite. So now we need Carcharodontosaurus, who decided... I've never known them to get killed by the raptors. They're usually far away from the raptors. So thankfully, because you're not after any sort of score this time around, you don't need to worry about, like, ramming over dinosaurs. I don't know what happens if you run over all of them, of a specific species. I'm guessing that does fail the mission. And I think you have 20 photos. And the only way you're ever going to get your vehicle destroyed is if you just keep running into Stegosaurus all the time. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Dinosaurs, their behavior never changes. The only time their behavior ever changes in weather is if they're running from a twister. They behave exactly the same whether it's rain, sun, heat wave, storm. They never behave any differently. So, I don't know what the point of this mission really is.
Well done. Those photos are excellent. Our science team send their thanks.
You sure about that, Ellie? Because we're about to see the photos. So I didn't get any Gallimimus in that shot. And yet it somehow counted. That counted. It's even got 9 points to it. That got 3 and there's nothing there. That was a bit better. Those photos are awful. Rescue the President. The President of Dragovia is stranded in the park. He needs your help. That's not a real place, by the way.
Attention. There is a storm approaching.
Only you can save the president of Dragovia's life. Jurassic Park's reputation is on the line here. You must stop those rampaging dinosaurs.
The President of Dragovia has arrived in your park, just as a heavy storm has struck the island. The President is the only person still alive, and he has taken refuge in the visitor shelter. You must retire all of the rampaging carnivores in your park and rescue the President. His life depends on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, rescue him or not, Jurassic Park's reputation is done with, because all the dinosaurs have escaped. This is an annoying one. There's a lot of dinosaurs to shoot in this one. Got full 18 of them. And almost all of them are raptors. There's so many raptors to shoot here. I think you've only got like 3 big carnivores, I think. All the others are Velociraptors. I did end up running out of bullets for this one. Luckily, it doesn't matter where you hit the raptors. You can hit them on the tip of the tail and it still works. The Carcharodontosaurus has a really weird sounding roar. I mean, it sounds weird already when it, like, you hear it just make that hissing sound effect, but the roar is also a weird one. It's like a completely different sound compared to that weird hissing sound that you usually hear. I mean, the Allosaurus is kind of like that as well, but it's just particularly weird with the Carcharodontosaurus, I find. Yeah, unlike when you're in mission, in exercise mode or Operation Genesis, rampaging dinosaurs don't attack each other. There's only one mission where they do that. They actually attack each other on a rampage. Only one mission. Of course, that would make the thing too easy, but then that kind of makes Safe and Secure really easy at the end. Because the raptors just attack each other. Ugh, this is why shooting raptors is so annoying. So I got it that time. How did that miss? Still better than Evolution, where you have to try it, where you also have to like take gravity and wind into account. And then we have a Spinosaurus here as well. Honestly, with how many times they use Carcharodontosaurus, I'm surprised they don't use Spinosaurus as often as well. There's like 2 missions with Carcharodontosaurus, but you never see Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus, unsurprisingly, takes a lot more hits. I think when zoomed out, it takes like 5 hits instead of the usual 4. But I think it still takes 3 when it's zoomed in. But thankfully, the big carnivores, they attack the fences so often here that they keep getting electrocuted, and it ends up draining much of their health already. It's out of the way! Shut up! Tell me to settle down. Thank you. Really, visitors are advised not to approach dinosaurs outside of their enclosures. Well, you can have the herbivores roaming around. Other than Brachiosaurus, visitors don't mind. It's not like Evolution, where every dinosaur is poisonous to the touch. I really don't get how that works. What's even weirder is it doesn't count as a dinosaur actually killing the guest. You still lose money, but the dinosaur's guest kill still stays at 0. even when they clearly run into them. And the raptors will climb the fence. You can shoot them while they're climbing it. And I find one of two things tends to happen. They either fall off the fence, complete with a spark of electricity as if they were jumping on it for the first time, or the animation keeps going and then they jump off and die. And finally, having lost a good chunk of its health already, I wonder if she says all of this stuff if they break out normally. She probably does. How much health did it have there? Good work. All of the dinosaurs have been retired. Now go and rescue the president. It's another function of utility mode. It took me forever to do. I think this was the mission I always found the hardest. This, or maybe another mission we'll do later.
Thank goodness you came to the president's rescue. He has been flown to hospital and is expected to make a complete recovery.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was perfectly fine coming out of there. In fact, he looks just like your ordinary dino nerd. Alright, well, that's the first half of the missions done and over with. So, next up, I wonder who we're going to be seeing in the next mission. Alright, second half of mission mode will resume next time. So, I will see you guys